essentially.
Sorry, emergency.
Let some viewers start rolling in here. Let's roll. It usually takes a good 15 minutes for any kind of viewers to get in at all. But like I said,
So you head downtown.
usually where I head, I'm at your direction. I was going to head down Lamar. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I take Lamar all the way off into downtown.
I'm just on the ride with you.
I tell you what, I made the mistake one night of going on to 6th Street, and I got stuck on that street for like 30 minutes and couldn't move. And I was so mad by the time I got off that street. I was like, I ended the live stream. I'm like, I'm just going home. This is ridiculous. Let's see. What's the easiest way to get to Lamar from here? Back there, right?
You can go out here and get up there faster, because you're going to have that stoplight over there.
So I can go out here and then go up Palmer over to...
Yeah, so you go hit Palmer to North Lamar.
Alright.
Your camera's all blurry.
Yeah, what's up with that?
There we go.
There you go. Thank you.
15711
That was odd.
Building 19.
Wonder why that happened.
I think it was the headlights that blinded it from one of the vehicles.
I'm glad you noticed that.
Are you at the shop?
I'm glad you noticed.
Are you at the shop?
Yeah, the first night I did this, I had like 16 people watching, and we ended up finding this, like, some guy told me he was listening to the scanner, and there was some kind of electrical fire, and so I just happened to drive out there, and I mean, this whole, like, apartment complex was on fire, and I ended up sitting there filming that thing for quite some time, and it was these people that chat with us, that's what they do, is they sit and listen to this stuff and try to direct us places, and that's cool.
Oh man, it's hilarious. So today one of the a reporter reached out to me.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know about my disability. And if it would prevent me from doing my job.
A reporter wanted to know that?
Yeah.
You end up telling, like, are you crazy, dude?
Well, I mean, this guy, I think from the stories that I've read, he's pretty neutral.
Yeah.
He doesn't like swing left or swing right. And so I didn't take it personally. I just said, hey, like, why would it like hinder me from doing my job? I mean, I've had a job that was out of the military.
Yeah.
I work for the Department of Defense. I've had a secret clearance. And I've been working in the solar industry for the last 8 years. Ran my own company for 2 years. So, like,
that's how that guy from CBS that I talked to was. I thought, being CBS, that it would be, man, that's odd that it's doing that. That's odd that it's doing that.
every time it does it, I'll fix it, don't worry.
I thought that guy, so I filmed the whole interview. This was the week before last. I filmed it with the GoPro and didn't need to, because I mean, he did straight recording. It wasn't a bad piece. Which for CBS, that's kind of saying something,
Tom 07373 AT111 Gen 2 Taurus.
It's been a crazy week. I've been invited on 3 different podcasts. So I did Pleb Lab, which is a crypto community downtown Austin.
Yeah, that
was great. It was about an hour and 19 minute conversation that we had, and it could have gone longer.
Brad Swell, is he a pretty good podcaster?
Oh yeah. What I like about Brad Swell is he'll ask you questions, and like he won't jump on to the next question if there needs to be clarity.
Yeah.
So he won't leave it as it is. He'll like ask you to explain it deeper. Where I've seen it from other podcasters, they'll let you say what you're going to say and they kind of move on.
Right.
And then the audience may not have clarification on what you actually mean.
Right. That's the odd thing about this is you never know when you're gonna, when people are gonna start viewing. I mean, you could end up with like one viewer and then end up with like 30 seconds. It's like, and when after the stream is over, I'll go back home and look, and it can show like if it was links from that I sent out, or if it was like organic, like YouTube picked it up or whatever. And we got 2. Anyway, I stopped watching that. That is a bad habit to watch that. Just gotta kind of go with it as people watch it, because technically once it's just to live on the internet forever.
Oh yeah.
They can all, people will go back and listen.
I mean, when you watch your viewer count, it's just like the people that watch their likes on their posts. And if it doesn't get the likes that they want, they delete it and then repost it.
I don't mind. I'm new at this, so I know I'm not going to have that many. But it's a matter of building it.
You can start somewhere.
And hopefully things work out. But you know what? And I'm going to be doing this anyway. So maybe doing this a little bit once a week or so. And if anybody out there has any questions for Clint, please ask him. He is ready to answer some questions.
So that's the chat right here.
Yeah, you can see the chat there. Or you can pull it up on your phone and you can chat there. Now the chat, if you pull it up on your phone, it's a little bit delayed. I thought, this camera was supposed to be. This camera was supposed to be really good for this.
Yeah, I'll do it. You focus on driving.
This camera was supposed to be real. Like, they sold me this camera just for live streaming.
Now the question is it?
Hang on, is it the windshield? I may need to stop the windshield. It may be focusing on the windshield. You know what I mean? And I got
It's catching the road very clear. It's the headlights that it's blurring it. Other than that, the picture quality you can see on the road is very good. So yeah, we're not going to be able to fix the headlights.
Well, that stinks. I am still going to stop up here outside of this windshield just to make sure.
Yeah, you can see how clear it is.
Yeah.
What you should have asked, is it good for live streaming at night?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send this camera back. What a piece of junk. Maybe it's good for live streaming during the day, or
Well, I guarantee it's going to be good for the day. But at night, you're going to catch these lights, and it's going to give this no matter.
see, that was the problem with the camera I was using, is the lights were like washing everything out. You couldn't see anything. I wonder if. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this. Let's see. There. You can change the sources.
Green light.
I'm gonna go here and stop. I'm gonna see if I can change the settings on it. Because you can change the settings on it. Hang on, guys. Sorry about the bad got this. Let's see here. I got this. Here's that, and here is. Here you go. Here's some Rarey glass cleaner. There you go. Actually just turned it upside down.
Let's see.
Play around with it. I mean, it doesn't look that bad on the stream. I mean, it really doesn't. If you look at it, like, from what we were looking at a while ago, it really doesn't look that bad. Let's see what it looks like live. I think that actually looks pretty good. That's not bad.
I think it's just RN then.
What's that?
I think it's just RN then. We're seeing that, and then the lighting on this is not that bad.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it as is. I mean, look how good that picture quality is, though, on everything else.
Yeah, let's just leave it as it is. Alright, cool. Anybody watching, if y'all got questions, ask away. Clint's here. We got him for a little bit. And I'm sure he'd be happy to answer some questions for you guys. I worked really hard to get this put on. So hopefully appreciate it. Lordy, lordy, lordy.
your AC actuator that's out.
Yep, I need to fix that.
You charge an arm and a leg to do it, but it's fairly easy to do yourself.
It's crazy because my brother works for Ford. You would think I'd be able to get those parts for free.
Yeah, my Chevy Impala, the actuator went out over here, and then the extras, it's out here. So the one in the glove compartment and the one in the dash went out. Literally, so
Hey, check it out. That made it a little bit better. Where's that? Where's that towel? Stop. That made it a little bit better. There you go.
oh, perfect.
Made it a lot better. Look at that. It just needed to be clean. I'll take it. Downtown, running downtown's rocking tonight. Let's get some scanner going. Let's see what's up. Travis County Law Enforcement plate.
Sample 2 has 2040.
A little too loud. Oh man, I bet you guys wore out.
Oh, we were, like, after the barbecue, we were so burnt out.
I can't even begin to imagine. Honestly.
I couldn't even imagine my mother-in-law got an hour and she rest. I mean, she really was at our house from 8 to like 10 p.m.
Inside with the door locked, Rady's clear.
It's on
It's
Lamar.
gonna be a black male, blue shirt, and then pants.
Yeah, that you guys worked your tail ends off on that part.
You know what's like a 11 report.
I almost slept for a week.
Literally, as soon as I got home, I started knocking on doors.
What's that?
So as soon as I got home, I started knocking on all my neighbors'
That's what
doors.
Christine told me. I was like, are you kidding me? He's still out trying to feed people? Good Lord.
I just didn't want any of the food to go to waste.
That's why I can't think of anybody that deserves to be councilman more than you, man. You outwork anybody. And that work ethic is going to go straight into the council with you.
All I know is when I do get elected, I'm probably going to be the most hated council member on council.
You know, they need somebody in there like you, though, that'll show them the work ethic the way they need to work.
Well, it's not just about a work ethic. I mean, there's some of them that put in a lot of hours, but just the blasphemy that they spew up there.
You know, I've always wondered, like, if he actually believes the stuff that's coming out of his mouth, or if he is just grifting because of the lefties. You know what I mean?
Well, you can tell that he finally caved in the side of the Austin PD when he didn't approve or fight for the oversight committee. And then all of those lefties like Chris Harris that were using their access to the mayor flipped on him, just like straight up like, now they hate him.
I honestly can't believe some of these people like Chris, or not Chris, but what's the guy's name that does the Austin Justice Coalition? You know who I'm talking about. That black guy that's got a record. Chaz.
Yeah,
Chaz Moore.
I think the funny thing about him is when he went to UT because he wanted to go to a party school,
Yeah.
and he flunked out, and they blamed him on racism.
He blamed it on racism.
It's like,
Imagine that.
You even said it's like in an article, like him being quoted that he went to the school for a party school and it wasn't a party school anymore.
Let's blame it on racism, guys. So, folks, we are headed into downtown. We're just a few minutes away from downtown. We're going to go around the arch and that area and see some of the homeless folks. I don't know, maybe we can talk to somebody. Let's see what's going on.
27 for now, right?
Let's see what anybody's saying on the Twitter screen.
Hernandez. First name's going to be Sylvia. Middle name's going to be Ellen and Lincoln. Date of birth 6/22/05. Hispanic female.
10-4, Sylvia.
That must be that call we were just listening to a second ago. Maybe we need to turn around.
3 cars? Yeah, probably.
Let's pull in here and go back that way and see what we can find. I heard something was on Lamar, so we're not going to have to look too hard to find out. Let's go barbecue. Smell that?
It smells delicious.
It smells so good. Yeah, y'all's barbecue was good too. My little boy, man, he ate himself sick. He ate so much barbecue, man. He was like, Daddy, my stomach hurts. I'm like, yeah, you ate too much barbecue. He's like, but it was so good. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to know your limit.
Peter and Amy, the amount of work that they put in to cook all that food, the chicken and the brisket, I couldn't be so much more thankful. Yeah, green light.
Yeah. All right, let's go see if we can find out where all those coppers were heading to up here. I don't know if we'll ever find them. So, 3 cops just passed us, 2 marked units and a unmarked unit. You want to actually rub it with that? 2 marked units and an unmarked unit just passed us up. We heard there was some type of a robbery or something that happened here on Lamar, so we're going to go see if we can't find it. There's always a lot of crime in that parking lot, that Hispanic parking lot. There's always a lot of robberies over there.
There's a lot of stuff, a lot of crime on the street.
But
there's a lot of actually vehicle fatalities on the street.
Yeah. Well, the hookers are down Runberg 35. I can't believe we haven't had any chats. Come on, guys, y'all need to send us some chats.
Vehicle on 21.
I wonder which way they went.
Well, if it's on Lamar, it's probably not going to be too far up here.
I wonder if it's the balcony fire that's over there.
There's a balcony fire?
Yeah, in the apartment complex.
Let's go up. Let's go up a little ways longer and we'll go down to the balcony fire back on that way. Let's go over here.
Turn right on West Runberg Lane.
Runberg is back there.
Or right. Well, West one. Runberg is coming up.
On which one?
It's going to be this next one.
You direct me? What address are we going to?
We are going to 8800 North Interstate Highway 35. Yeah, the apartment complex is right off the highway.
800 Interstate 35. Start. Alright. Now I know. Gotta have a neat internet missing. I forgot the city titties. So there's a balcony fire. So somebody's probably smoking on their balcony. Or grilling. Set it on fire. My wife is a property manager, and that happened quite a bit. People sitting there, balconies on fire. They have like a butt can, and they don't put the cigarette out all the way, and then yeah, ends up causing a fire. You know, I would stop during the day at work. I'd stop at one of these gas stations right here on Runberg and 35. And there would always be a guy that would come up and ask me, "Hey man, you doing all right? You need anything? Come on man, you need anything? You all right?" You know exactly what he's asking.
The room's clear.
What kind of dope you got, man? Just go and call the popo. Ain't like they're gonna do it. Well, they may do anything, but Jose Garza ain't gonna do anything.
Urgent 9010 Gilwood, Building F, Apartment 121.
Jose Garza ain't gonna do anything.
Distracted.
I usually do these for about an hour, hour and a half.
It's not bad.
Something like that.
County to Baker 2. Home check welfare 2700 mission payoff.
Just depends on, well, it really depends on if it's busy, you know what I mean? If there's a lot going on in the city. There's a lot going on. I keep a lot of cameras in the back just in case.
You're
I
rolling
need to
with
get out and
emergency
actually
responder?
take some film. Tomorrow I'm going to go out, I'm going to do some camping, camp filming. Tomorrow I'm going to go out early in the morning.
Okay. I'm going to this event called Democracy Days tomorrow.
Democracy Days.
And it's hosted by like the Austin Justice Coalition, Housing Works, stuff like that.
You think it will be fair to you?
No, but I'm expected it to be a biased event.
Well, if anybody knows how to handle a biased event, it's you.
I mean, I went to the Austin Justice Coalition, the Watershed, and Housing Works, like little seminar that they're trying to just inform people about the homeless stuff.
Yeah.
And they were presenting the data that there's only 3,500 people facing homelessness in Austin. I called them out on that.
That's a damn lie.
Yeah. And
3,500 people.
And then Joe, I forget his last name, I think he's like Jonah, who's running for city council, I think in District 8 or District 9. He pretty much told me to shut up and we're here to listen. I was like, I'm not going to listen if they're wrong. I'm going to call them out.
Yeah, no joke. 3,500 people? There is a lot more than 3,500 people homeless in the city. Alright, let's go. Oh, you know, these apartments, I had a buddy named Walt that used to live in one of these apartments up here. We could just take 35 on and head downtown from here. Be like right here into downtown. So, yeah.
common with Motel 6s.
I mean, I don't think there's any, you know, if somebody wants to buy a prostitute, let them, you know, I mean, who's it hurting?
It's only hurting them if they're married.
That's true.
But if they're two single consenting adults,
you're right. If they're two single consenting adults, then that's their business. But, you know, I understand it leads into other things.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing it can lead into is human trafficking.
And that's a big problem. You know what you don't see driving around Austin ever anymore?
What's that?
Cops. Just driving around, you know? You never see officers.
They don't have the force to do it. They don't go back to work anymore. It's all reactive.
So Falcon Fire is somewhere right up one of these. It's actually right up here. Somewhere right here. Yeah, this is the building that Walt is building. There it is, right back down there. You gonna go down in there?
Sure.
I will actually get out and get the camera out and we will do some pictures.
Go this way.
Yep, you're right.
That way we can go around the other way.
I will put the camera out and we will do some pictures.
Shots on 45?
Here we go. Trying to place.
Very St. Joshua's screaming out the window. Our clearance is it.
Yeah, they're not going to let us down there. I'll tell you what, if you want to park real quick,
on this
and
possible
go down and take some
with a
pictures.
gun, and let the David units look at
Let's
the line.
park real quick and take some pictures. Whoa. You know what? I'm going to back in right here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get my camera out. Let's take some pictures. I can't see shit with those. I'm not going to go far back
No,
there.
you're clear. Just go a little bit more that way.
Yeah, I can see the curve. Okay, I got plenty of room. Alright. I wish I could aim the camera towards the fire trucks, but
Three holding aids, certain gunshot damage, Shamrock, according to the certain is the green, sir.
let's
2260 Pyramid Drive.
yeah, let's just leave the screen going.
No one's seen, only heard the banging noises. Nothing else heard.
We'll be right back, y'all. We're stepping out.
Yeah, we're gonna go get some pictures of the fire trucks and see what's going on down there. Hey, do you want a camera to take pictures with?
Sure.
I got another nice camera. Let's go to the back end.
Edward 427.
We go for it.
Summer.
582, Airport 32.
Where's your light?
The white car just north of y'all is not involved. It has a...
This is a single vehicle collision, and each device is the other party involved, LPS, and pushed them off to the guardrail. But that car is not a flat tire because of the debris on the roadway.
Autofocus, so if you want to
Oh,
focus, just
you want me to
half
put you on a
it.
separate call or just
Yeah,
keep you on the same line?
You got it.
Because I'm at City Hall, Paul 009606. Come here, black Toyota Tacoma.
10 for City Hall. 7607, I'm clear back route for the check off from Midland.
This was nice. Like, no, wearing a hat, gray shirt, black pants. Supervisions are clear, but it's your residential.
We're down here for
So, Henry 603, check by.
Guys, we'll be right back here in just a minute. We're at a house fire. tell him what all he took pictures of. Let's see. Do I get a battery? Charge mine too. Alright, man, close that up. Charge mine too, just in case.
For those of you who are watching, the fire department responded very quickly to, looks like, a potential grease fire in the kitchen. Put it out promptly before it spread to the above apartment and the adjacent apartment. So the fire department did a great job getting out here quickly in these narrow apartment complex to drive through with these big trucks.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to charge yours right now. Because, hang on a sec. Shucks. One way or another. One way or another, I'm going to have to undo. Shucks. How much battery did you have left?
Oh, it was almost, like, literally about to die. It was red and it was blinking.
I can't, I'm not going to be able to charge it now. Hang on. You
No,
know what? Hang on.
it's
I
fine.
got an idea. Whoa, wait a minute. I knew I brought this for some reason. I knew I brought this guy for some reason. We get you charging. Alright. Let's. I'll tell you one thing I'm gonna do is let's roll. Alright, you wanna go head downtown?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. That was exciting. That was a lot better than just doing nothing. Alright, let's head downtown. I'm gonna go out that way. If you don't get ran over. The video's looking pretty good. Let's turn that volume up. My wife said it was a little low. How's that? That's a little better. You know what? You can't say the audio's wonky. This is a damned expensive microphone. This ain't a cheap microphone. I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't a cheap. It's a Rode, and Rodes are not cheap microphones. I think, isn't pretty much Rode the top of the line when it comes to camera microphones?
I'm not that savvy in the technology.
Me either, but I'm getting there as I'm buying and looking, and you know what I mean? I'm learning and reading, and I don't know what I turned it on for. I'm getting there. If you do need to stop for a soda or a drink, you let me know.
No worries.
I don't want to keep you parched. Alright. I'll tell you what I'm missing. This is what I'm missing. My wife said that I hope you are watching, Tila, because she's got all her friends and everybody. They're waiting for the shirtless fireman. So, unfortunately, the shirtless fireman we got to see, not y'all. So, y'all are out of luck. I can explain the shirtless fireman to you, but that's about it. I'm just kidding. We did not see any shirtless firemen. Those firemen were working hard, that's for sure. But of course, firemen, you know, I don't know what was on fire. I really never saw what was on fire, honestly.
There's that bottom apartment building. They already had the door boarded up and the patio door boarded up. And it looks like they were accessing that apartment from the back side of the building.
Something bad burned because they had a lot of fire trucks there.
Thankfully, they got to spread to the apartment room or building above it.
Yeah, because that could have been very bad. That could have been, those kind of fires spread very quickly. Alright, we're going to go nearby. So this is where I got accosted by a homeless guy down there not long ago. Travis County Law Enforcement. Steve, I hope you're listening. I hope you see how hard I work for you. Just kidding. Clint and I are having fun. I hope Clint's having fun. It's not every night you get to go out and chase fire trucks with cops. Just to be doing. I mean, Clint's with, city council. I don't know what fun he would have chasing cops anyway when he's literally involved in city government, but
I mean, I did a ride along with him already, and the amount of calls that they're just not able to respond to because they're short-staffed is ridiculous. I mean, the night that I went out to...
it probably sucks that the amount of calls that they're able to respond to.
Well, they only,
Now, I'm going to turn that down because that will turn cold.
yeah, they only respond to like priority 1 calls or it's like serious life threatening.
one of my favorite movies to see in the Capitol. Something about seeing the Capitol, you know, I don't know, it's like a power thing, you know, like it's the city, it's like the hub of the state government, of the state power. But then you look at the city of Austin and how it runs, and like you see City Hall, and you know that's the city power, but it's so dysfunctional. You know what I mean? It's like the city of Austin with the different council members, they're all lefties and so dysfunctional. I don't know how they get anything done.
Well, they don't get anything done.
Yeah, I mean, that was my next point. There is nothing done for sure. Yeah, there is
electric utility infrastructure that they're wanting to raise the rates on because it's been managed poorly.
Yeah, I was reading your tweet about that earlier, about what Austin Energy is doing. Apparently that's illegal, right?
It's not illegal what they're doing, but they're just violating their own policy. So it's like rules for thee, but not for me.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Because as a solar contractor, if I went out to go present a proposal to someone to sell them solar, and I told them, hey, like, to make it look like there's a better return on the investment, saying, oh, well, utility rates go up by, like, say, 3.5 to 4% on average per year.
Yeah.
Austin Energy has a policy that says we cannot put on our proposals that the rates go up more than 2.5% because they have a 2.5% cap.
We're going to turn by the police administration building.
And if we put that on the proposal, we'll actually get removed from the preferred vendor list. So homeowners that decide to go solar with us, they can't get the rebate.
That's what you do, right? Yeah, I mean, you're all up into solar, so you know that technology.
Yeah.
And what it can be used for, and its limitations.
I mean, it's great for point of production. So if you're putting solar on a commercial facility, an apartment complex, a residential home, or even multifamily home, it's great for putting it directly there. When you start building solar farms so far away, not pulling the power from there, you lose power.
Folks, we're about to take y'all down a little street here where the Arch and the Salvation Army are. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see the amount of people sleeping on the sidewalk. Now, the Arch, which I'm going to show y'all, the Arch was actually, I believe it was, what was it, Front Steps that was running them? Front Steps was running the Arch, and in my opinion, they were doing an alright job. Something happened between them and the city, and they had a falling out. So the city ended up giving a contract, a $5 million contract for 1 year, to a company out of San Francisco to run the Arch.
Urban Alchemy.
Urban Alchemy. Urban Alchemy has never, not one time, ran a shelter that was overnight, an overnight shelter, which the Arch is an overnight shelter. So they got all this money, $5 million, I believe it was, for 1 year to run a shelter that they have never ran before out of San Francisco. Our council gave it to them. And that's the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. And you'll see, because there's people sleeping on the concrete out here.
I mean, on top of
actually, I was wrong, because right now there's nobody sleeping on the concrete.
Because we got 6th Street's open.
Yeah, 6th Street's open. Well, you know, and at this time of year, I was hearing there's some stuff going on here in downtown where they are cleaning the streets off because of visitors coming in, and the city does that. They'll let the people, normally back over, I can't turn the camera, but back over to the left, there's normally a lot of people sleeping out there. And but when the city has a lot of visitors coming in, outside visitors coming in, they will come in and get these homeless people off the street. That way the visitors do not see the extent of the homelessness. It's crazy. But 6th Street is one, so the next street up is 7th Street, and the very next one is the Dirty 6th. and that is the absolute dirtiest. That is. It's a very dangerous place. There's been how many violent incidents do you think, stabbings and killings, do you think's happened down there in the last year on 6th Street alone? Probably what, 6, 7, something like that.
Between 6 and 10.
Between 6 and 10. There's been a lot of stabbings, a lot of shootings, a lot of killings on 6th Street. You wouldn't catch me dead going to a bar on 6th Street right now.
The reason why the streets are so cleaned up right now is because Austin City Limits Festival is just a week away.
ACL?
Yeah.
Yeah, this street here is usually pretty dirty. I'm going to drive y'all down a alley here shortly that usually smells like urine. And I mean, it smells like, let's do that now. It usually smells like urine bad, which is this alley right here. I'm going to come up this alley. But that alley usually, well, actually I'm not going to be able to because somebody's parked there. But usually on this sidewalk here, you would see just bodies stacked on top of bodies of people sleeping. This is the arch, and I don't know really what they do with them, but they do something with them. Now here, if you look back over to your left, you'll see a lot of people sitting out here. They're not sleeping, they're sitting, but still, it's kind of what it looks like. It's bad stuff. Hey, there's a pizza place right around the corner here called Hoboken Pie. Have you ever had a piece of pizza from there?
No.
Jesus Christ. Are you hungry?
No, I
was about to say, if you were hungry, I'm about to buy you a piece of pizza from Hoboken Pie, because that is some of the best pizza you'll ever have in your life. You just buy it by the slice, but the slice is about the size of this car. And it's Hoboken Pie from that place. It's not a restaurant. You just walk up to a window like that guy right there and say, look, I want a piece of cheese, I want a piece of pepperoni, I want a piece of whatever. And the slices are like the top of it, I mean, it's like at the end it goes down like that, and it's like $7 for that big ass slice. One slice would feed 2 people for sure. Hoboken Pie, you gotta try that one day if you can.
Oh, I will.
I saw
I'm a big pizza man.
Saint Asonia, the guy 30 Days Grace.
Yeah.
The dude that after he left 3 Days Grace, he started Saint Asonia. I saw him at Stubbs.
Saw
2015.
Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan at Stubbs during COVID.
I heard they did that. It was like a surprise type thing. Like they didn't announce it way ahead of time.
Yeah, they didn't announce it way ahead of time. It was after they did a podcast together.
Yeah.
And then it was like that 2 weeks later they did.
Yeah.
I think it was like 4 or 5 showings there.
Yeah. I heard it wasn't like announced like it was, like they would normally do a tour. I heard it was more of like they just, kind of like if you heard about it, you heard about it. They didn't really put it out there.
Well, the reason I heard about it was because of Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, I would love to see Joe Rogan.
Oh, man,
I would definitely love to see Dave Chappelle. I heard Joe Rogan is a funny mother effer.
He's not only a humble guy, but he builds.
Yeah.
He helps other people become great comedians.
Joe Rogan is a pretty stand-up guy. And, Joe Rogan is definitely a man's man for sure. But, not only is he damn good at MMA, but, he builds communities, and he is a funny guy.
Well, there's only one thing that I was disappointed with him. He said multiple times on his podcast, the Austin leadership here is solving the homeless problem. You don't see it anywhere.
Oh, come on. We need to go on his show. We need to call him out on that.
Well, it's because he had the mayor on his podcast, and he just believes the mayor at face value.
Every interview that I know I've told you this, but I don't know anybody listening. I don't know if they know it. Do you remember what this was? The lettering?
Oh, yeah.
This used to say Black Lives Matter. And then they ended up getting sued, and so they changed it to whatever it says now.
What does it say now?
It doesn't say anything. It just says goofy letters. Don't ask me exactly what it says. But you know what? We're gonna go down here and turn around because I see a ton of red lights right behind us, and there
I just
it
feel
is.
bad for all the people that donated to the organization, and then the organization ended up buying like multi-million-dollar real estate homes.
Didn't they buy like $10 million houses and things?
Well, yeah, every single one of the like co-founders has like several real estate properties in the millions.
That's crazy,
And
man.
none of it went back into the actual community.
So how come Steve Bannon's going to jail or is being investigated, and he wasn't even accused of doing anything improper, but Black Lives Matter, they get to do whatever they want and buy whatever they want, and they're not even investigated?
I mean, they both should be investigated if there's fraud on both sides.
Exactly, but it's a two-tiered justice system. Steve Bannon's being investigated, but Black Lives Matter is not.
I forget what attorney general in what state, because it's not Texas that's doing it. It's another state that's actually investigating Black Lives Matter.
Are they actually being investigated? That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Not the whole organization as a whole. I think
right.
one of the co-founders is.
Was he one of the ones that was doing the improper things?
Yeah.
Yeah, then he needs to be investigated for sure. Yeah, I mean, you can have one bad actor that does something. That doesn't mean the whole organization needs to be investigated. But that person needs to be investigated for sure. I mean, you know, it's like in your campaign. You could have one person in your campaign that's a bad actor, but that doesn't mean your whole campaign is a bad actor just simply because you've had one guy that did something improper.
Yeah, it's all about fair and equal treatment too. It's like you can't just prosecute people that you don't like. You gotta, or investigate people that you don't like. You gotta investigate everybody regardless. Nobody's above the law.
This is where that guy was killed right here. You remember that? The Army soldier, the Black Lives Matter that was wearing the vest?
The Air Force veteran?
The guy turned from that street and right here.
Pointed the AK-47 or AR?
It happened right here on this, literally right next to us is where it happened. And, you know, the bad thing about it is the soldier that was driving the Uber, he had just came back from Afghanistan. Like, he had only been back here a month. And now that's what I heard. He had been back here a month. Now, the guy that wrote the story about us, the Fox News story, he was telling me about that because he's still following it. And I still talk to him to this day, but he was telling me about that. The guy hadn't been back here that long, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up pointing an AK rifle at him. What would you do coming back from Afghanistan?
So first off, they're both veterans. So one's an Air Force veteran, one's still in active duty Army, and so they both know weapons training. They both know how to shoot, and they both know you don't point a weapon at someone unless you're intending to shoot.
Exactly.
And that veteran in the car saw a weapon pointed at him, and he's not a police officer, so yeah, he had justification to shoot the guy that was pointing a rifle.
Not under Jose Garza. Jose Garza is going to do everything he can to see that man, and that's so sad. PJ Media has a lot of good write-ups on that, and he's being railroaded. Hopefully the military will stand up and try to help defend him. I don't know if they can.
They won't. And they can't.
Can they get? They can't get involved in.
No, it's outside of their jurisdiction.
Okay. There you go.
If it happens, like say, like on a military base, then yeah.
But since it happened out here, even though he's active duty, they can't get involved in the civilian.
Correct.
Got it.
Now, if it was military on military in the civilian, then yes.
So there's certain circumstances
that
they could.
It has to be military on military. But
you got to meet certain circumstances.
But one was just a veteran and one was active duty.
Gotcha.
Or reserve unit. I can't recall what his current status was. I only read brief. I read the article when it first happened, and I watched all of the footage and all the videos from different angles.
In the parking lot.
I'm going to drive down to SoCal real quick. I should have this person. And I am going to go. No, I'm not. So we're going to be getting close to calling it at night.
What's that?
I said I think we're going to get close to calling it at night. It's 9:40.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say at least wrapping up by 10.
Yeah. We'll go down here to SoCal and then head out to 35 and head back up to Well, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully, y'all watch this offline. We're going to go ahead and end the stream, and hopefully we can do it again soon.